All right, so let's go through this week's projects. So we have two of them, right? We're going to do a pavlova. I'm going to explain that here in just a second. And we're going to do a peanut butter petite gateaux. And we'll explain that after the pavlova. So first off, we'll do pavlova. And I don't think we've done pavlova in the past. Pavlova is traditionally, it's kind of like think of it like a tart, but instead of a tart shell, you have a meringue shell, right? And then you fill it with some mousse or whipped cream, and then you pile that high with fruit. As far as the fruit goes, I don't have a ton hanging around the bake shop right now. So if you want to supply some of your own fruits, fresh fruits, that would be super helpful. I do have some purees and things like that, and I can put some frozen fruits in, but they're never really the same. And you could use any kind of fruit that you wanted to. But let's talk about that meringue shell, and also there's going to be an external video from YouTube on Canvas as well. So just see that below here. But we're going to talk about our pavlova shell first. And what we want to do to create that pavlova shell, we'll make a Swiss meringue. Okay, you guys remember that one? That's the one that goes over the double boiler. 2 parts sugar, 1 part egg whites. Hopefully we're kind of starting to retain some of this knowledge now. And that gets whipped to a stiff peak. We'll have some cream of tartar in there as well. All those ingredients will be in the box and weighed out for you already, but so you can kind of remember that. If for some reason you need a mixer like at your house, if you don't have a KitchenAid or any kind of, you can even use the hand mixers. You can whip this the whole way. It's just kind of exhaustive, but you can use the small hand mixers. If you need a KitchenAid mixer, let me know. I'm not really eager to hand them out. They're like $800 a piece, so I can probably bargain with you, but I don't want. If you want something else at home, please use that. Let's talk about how we're going to make our meringue shell though. So what we'll do is we're going to draw a circle on our parchment paper first. Okay, so good old half sheet of parchment paper. We just have the 8-inch rounds, just like you have at home. I happen to have a blue Sharpie because that's what I have. And I'm going to draw a circle on the interior, right? All the way around. Cool. And so there's my circle. Now, what you don't want to do is pipe your meringue onto this, because the ink from the Sharpie will actually adhere. It'll stick to your meringue, and then it's completely inedible. It's like poison at that point. But what you can do is you can lay this down on your tray, right? And then if you've noticed on these Silpats are relatively transparent when you get products close to them, like you can see your hand through it. You can just take this and you can lay that right over top of your circle, and boom. Hopefully you can see that on screen, I'm not really sure. But there you can see the circle here really, really easily. And then from there you can do a decorative pattern. You can do like a shell border on the outside and then pipe the interior in so the whole thing's full. And then you're going to bake this, you'll bake your meringue at a pretty low temperature. You want to go between 225 and 250. 250 is probably okay in your home oven. I wouldn't go any hotter than that. 225 is safer still. And you're going to have to let it dry out for probably 2 hours in the oven. It takes a really long time to dry out, but it is worth it. And you'll have a really nice shell in the end. And you can make a couple different ones. If you want to make smaller ones, I'm okay with that too. But just, this is to help use some of those star tips, kind of practice some different borders and have fun with that. And then really after that, if you can imagine it, kind of in your head, you'll have this flat disc of meringue, and then you're going to pile the berries on the inside of that, and then, the mousse on the inside of that, or just whipped cream. It's up to you. I will include a couple of different purees in your kits. We have the mango and the strawberry, of course, so I'll probably include those right in your kits. I don't even think I'm going to measure it. It's basically just whipped cream. You guys know how to whip cream, right? It's just cream and sugar and whip it up. It's not really stabilized or anything like that. You put that in and then you pile your fresh fruits on top. Make sure you take a good picture of that right after you make it, okay? Let's talk about pictures really quick. If you haven't sent me any pictures, you can email me those, or we have the discussion board. I think everybody's able to post them on the discussion board. If you're not, just send them straight to my email. That's totally fine. Again, really, really easy on timing. I know that stuff at home doesn't really go the way it does in the kitchen, so if you can get it to me the next few days, that'd be awesome. From last week, from the pot of choux stuff. For these, again, you have the entire week to do that and get those up. And I'll try to have these recipes up. With the holiday weekend, it was a little bit more challenging to get these recipes up by Monday, but ideally we have those all up over the weekend, so you guys know it's coming ahead of time. So that's the pavlova portion of it. For the petite gateaux, for the peanut butter. We're going to do a peanut butter mousse. We're going to do an almond pain de gêne, it's called. It's in your books. I'll make sure that I have that listed on the recipes and the page number that it's in there. It's an almond paste sponge, which means it's going to be, it's called the sponge, but it's really like pretty dense cake actually, but it's really delicious. And if you've ever worked with almond paste, it's a very, very thick, almost like Play-Doh like substance. You want to make sure that when you're making it, you're scraping down your mixer really, really well. I like to even take my almond paste and warm it up in the microwave. I don't know if the book's going to mention that or not, but if you warm it up, and we're talking like 20 seconds, right? If you warm it up just a little bit, it makes it a hell of a lot more pliable, and the ingredients mix in a lot easier that way, okay? The book, I think, has a full 1x on the recipe, but we're only going to do a half X of that. I'll make sure that I write that in the recipe notes as well, so you're good to go on that. From that point, you know, we have the peanut butter mousse. We're going to do a peanut butter fouilletine, so I'm going to send all the, if you remember, I think Megan made all the like crunchy fouilletine, but we made that with praline paste, so not everybody got to make that one. So I'm going to send fouilletine home, milk chocolate, and peanut butter so that you can make some peanut butter fouilletine. The scraps are like one of the most delicious things ever. If you want to put salt in there too, it's really good. You don't have to put salt. But then I'm going to let you guys build it on your own, right? So you'll have the peanut butter mousse, you'll have the almond pain de gêne, and then you'll have the fouilletine itself. And you have the multitude of molds with you, right? You have the samurai mold, which I can see sitting over here. And you have the dome molds, you have the mini dome molds, you have the ovals, you have the donuts, you have all of those things. So play, have fun. It's kind of what a part of this class is about. If you want to add extra inclusions into your petite gateau, go for it. Personally, I would totally make sure banana got in there somewhere, even if it's just fresh sliced banana laid in the mousse, and then I, you know, put my fouilletine in there next, and then my cake in there last, one of those type of scenarios. But we're practicing again building, and this will be built upside down, and we're going to glaze them. And if you can remember the dome molds, the cherry ones that you made before you left here, it's going to be similar to that, right? So we'll have all those products that are going to be inside of there. Make sure you kind of finish it with cake. I have some of the gold boards here too. I forgot about that. I'll try to send those home too, so you can put them on there. It's always just really pretty. For everybody who did send me pictures, thank you. You like cleaned up your surfaces. You presented it really nice. It made me happy to see. So we're taking care of those products. So two really fun little projects. Also, I'll send glaze home for the petite gateau. You can use it if you want to. You don't have to. I don't have enough, unfortunately, enough racks, glazing racks to send home. So if you have something like that at home that you can that you could use, that would work. You can also take like little cups and put it under the petite gateau while you're glazing and pour over the top of that so it falls down. Maybe I'll put a couple of glazing videos up online too. But yeah, this should be a really fun project this week. Garnish how you'd like. If you have some extra peanuts kind of hanging out at home, maybe I'll put some in your boxes too, and some chocolate shavings. But if you have extra stuff that you want to garnish with at home, please feel free to do that. Again, thank you all so very much for this. I know this isn't easy. Trust me, this is sometimes harder to explain via video, and these videos often take, this one obviously is a short one today, but some of the demo videos take a really long time. So I will be starting to use some of the YouTube videos as well to kind of link in there, especially this week. Again, sorry, the holiday kind of caught up with me this weekend and we didn't get, otherwise would have been in here filming on Sunday, and that's not going to happen. So yeah, miss you guys. Hope you're all doing well, safe, and happy. So healthy, at least. See you guys soon.